Today we'll make a very special, a very delicate flavored rice pudding, or we call kheer in India. And kheer has variety of versions in different states of India. Today what we are making is a specialty of the state of Odisha in eastern India, and this kheer or this flavored kheer has a very rich and dense intense flavor of caramelized sugar and condensed milk or flavored milk, as you can see in my video. And this is a very unique and sublime flavor. You will love this kheer once you make it. Do try and enjoy. Hey guys, I am Subhankari and I welcome you all to my channel Su's Food Corner. I hope you all are doing great in your lives, and if you are new to my page, do not forget to subscribe it. And thank you all for loving my channel so much and supporting my videos so much. As it's a rice pudding, so I would be using here rice. It's the kheer rice or a normal basmati rice, but a bit small in size. If you do not have the smaller size, just you can blend the normal basmati rice. And then I have taken sugar around 200 grams. If you are using condensed milk, you can always reduce the amount of sugar, and also you have an alternative to use both sugar and condensed milk. Then I have taken milk, full cream milk around 1.25 liters. Milk should be full cream, not the skimmed one. And then I have taken a few flavorings. Bay leaves I have taken 2, cloves I have taken 3, cardamom powder I have taken 1 teaspoon, and salt 2 pinch just to enhance the sweetness of sugar. And then I have clarified butter or ghee around 1.5 tablespoon. This really adds a zing to the flavored pudding. And then I have some mixed fruits. I have some almonds, some raisins and some cashews, and some pista I have taken for garnishing. Completely depends upon your choice. And as I said, I would be using condensed milk. I have taken it 100 grams. Either you can use both sugar and condensed milk or only condensed milk. Completely depends upon your choice. First we need to soak this rice for good 20 to 30 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll just give a nice boil to my milk. As I said, it's full cream milk, so just give it a boil and then reduce the flame to low medium and let it cook nicely. We just want a little bit thickened milk. So my milk is thickening. Meanwhile, I'll heat a pressure cooker on low medium flame. Add to it, I'll add clarified butter, and when the ghee or clarified butter is heated, I'll add bay leaves and cloves. Just allow it to sputter a bit, and then I'll add around 2 tablespoons of sugar at this stage. What we are doing is we are just trying to make a caramel first. As I said, it's a caramel flavored rice pudding. So this is what will make the caramel, and then mix it. Making caramel is really important at this stage because we don't want the caramel to be overcooked or the color a bit darkened. So I am just showing you what should be the color and how much caramel or how much color should the caramel rice get. As you can see, it's just starting to make a good caramel, a bit dark side, not blackened. This will completely change the flavor of the rice pudding. See, at this stage you need to add the soaked rice and cover it immediately because this will sputter upon you just for few seconds. And then open the lid and give it a nice mix. You can see the caramel has started to coat on the rice, and just fry it on medium high flame for 1 to 2 minutes, and gradually you will see the caramel will get stiff and will form a very sticky consistency. I'll try to show you what I mean. Actually it's very hot, but I am just trying to just show you. See, this is what I was talking about. There are many strings. That means the caramel has started to get a thick consistency. Now lower the flame and add around 1 glass full of water. Give it a nice mix, and then we need to cook this. Cover the lid and cook this for a good 4 to 5 whistles. First 3 whistles on high heat and next 2 whistles on low heat, and wait till the gas releases or the cooker completely cools down. Meanwhile, you can see my milk has reduced nicely. Just scrape the sides because this will obviously add flavor to the milk. It's looking good now, and meanwhile my pressure cooker has released all the steam, see, and we are now ready to open. So my rice is looking good now, you can see. Actually I will use this potato masher to mash it, but not now. I'll just give you a very important tip here. First add 2 to 3 spoonful of milk, and then mash this rice to make a smashy and soft paste, because doing this process after adding milk will make the process of mixing this rice in the milk latter in a very smooth way. That means if you don't add milk and mash it and add this paste to the milk, then it will not mix nicely in the milk. See, the rice has become soft and little bit liquidy, and I'll now add this mixture to the milk. And now you can notice how beautifully and how smoothly this rice will instantly mix in the milk. If we had not added milk and then mashed it, this would form lumps and it will be a bit difficult for on your part to mix this rice in the milk. So make sure you follow this process so that this rice mixes nicely in the milk, and then just take out this bay leaves. If you want, you can also take out the cloves. And now we need to cook this pudding on low medium flame for good 25 to 30 minutes, and this is what will give the flavor to this pudding. I'll show you after 10 minutes. See, after 10 minutes how this pudding is looking. And make sure you cook this entire process on low medium flame, and after 20 minutes the pudding or kheer has even more thickened, and you can see how beautiful the color has become, a bit caramelized, the milk has thickened. And do not forget this to scrape the sides, as I'm always telling, this will add to the flavor of the milk. And so it's looking nice to me now. How can we know that it's time to add the sweetener or sugar or anything like condensed milk? Each rice grains should be so perfect that the moment you touch them they should just melt away. See, my rice grain is intact, yet it's completely mushy and soft. So this is the time we know we need to add the sugar or condensed milk or any type of sweetener, because if you add this previously, the rice pudding won't give you this velvety consistency. So now mix everything and just let it cook on low medium flame for only next 10 minutes or so. Meanwhile, I'll just prepare to fry these dry fruits. I have heated 1 tablespoon of oil or clarified butter, and to it I'll add the raisins and cashews. I won't fry the almonds, I have just soaked them and I have chopped them. So let's just fry these cashews and raisins. And in this pudding we don't need to over fry these cashews, because over frying cashews would give a very typical burnt type of flavor to these fruits, dry fruits. So make sure you just fry them on medium flame or till they just turn golden in this way. And in the same way I'll just fry these raisins. Same factor goes for raisins. Do not over fry the raisins in any type of pudding, because that will impart a very bad flavor to the pudding, especially this rice pudding. So just fry till the raisins puff off and gets a nice golden color. Now take them out, and in the same pan I'll add 2 spoonful of sugar smooth to make another caramel, and this is what we'll add to the kheer for the last touch of flavors, or you can tell we'll make a caramelized dry fruit. See, the caramel has started to melt nicely in the same way, light golden color. And make sure you don't overdo this caramel. It's looking good now. Now add this dry fruits, give it a mix, and immediately add this caramel coated dry fruits to the rice pudding. This gives the last final touch, and the color will just become better once you add this, because we are again adding a pinch of caramel. Now mix everything, and my kheer is looking very good. It's completely done, and you can see how nicely it's bubbling out, thickened milk. So this is a nice signal of a good and perfect kheer you can call. Now switch off the flame and it will automatically become a little bit more thicker once it cool down. And after 10 minutes my kheer is looking great. I have served it, and you can see I'll just serve one little spoon of kheer, and how beautiful, creamy and velvety this kheer is looking. And as I pour, you can see the consistency. A good kheer should be a good thick caramelized and flavorful combination of milk and rice, and you can see, and I'll show you the back side of the spoon. The milk is so nicely thickened that it has formed a layer. I'll just show you, see how thick the layer is. So this is a characteristic of a good kheer. The milk and the rice have combined so well. You can present this to your near and dear ones and they will love it. Do give it a try and you will love this velvety flavor of kheer from the state of Odisha. Do give a thumbs up if you have liked the video and share with your family and friends. See you in next video. Till then, stay safe, love life and happy fooding.